And I wanted to come on here and have a positive broadcast, but then the tables have turned. So the Celtics were doing really well. They're actually on a 3-game win streak. Now, unfortunately, they are on a 2-game losing streak. So I'm just going to recap where we are at right now with the Celtics. So when I left you, they were about to face the Clippers. And luckily, they got that win against the Kawhi-less and the Paul George-less Clippers. Then for New Year's Eve, much to everyone's surprise, I was actually in the building and a lot of people were actually saying, "Hey, we're going to the Suns game," because no one really had high hopes for the Celtics. They At that time the Suns were the number 1 team in the NBA, so everyone was saying, yeah, we're going to go see the Suns play because they had no confidence in the Celtics, which is sad because you should always have confidence in your home team. But either way we looked at it, it was going to be a good game to watch because you had Devin Booker and Chris Paul. And so much to literally everyone's surprise, the Celtics actually blew the Suns out at home at the Garden, and it was so nice to see. And that kind of gave us some hope, like, okay, they can beat the number 1 team in the entire NBA. Like, they have something special here. Let's try and bottle that up and carry it on. And then I don't want to say that it's like a pessimistic thing, but I said, okay, cool. This is the type of team that we see notoriously will beat teams like the Lakers when the Lakers were the number 1 team, and the Warriors and the Suns, and they'll play really hard against teams that are top caliber. And then when they're faced with teams like the 7-29 Magic, they'll lose. Luckily, they actually beat the Magic right after they played the Suns, but it took them an overtime win to get the win. And it's frustrating because you shouldn't see the Celtics playing down, playing close games, having to go to overtime, having a lead and losing it to someone like the Orlando Magic, who have only won 7 games this whole season. So it's an annoying pattern, but it's a typical pattern that we see, that the Celtics just continuously play down to lesser teams, and then they rise to the occasion and play up and even beat top tier teams. So then they take on the Spurs, okay? And they already lost once in San Antonio. And the reason why this game was important, or something to circle on your calendar, is because obviously Coach Ime Udoka was Coach Pop's assistant coach for at least 7 years or something like that. So they lost in San Antonio, and I thought that this would be, Ime's revenge game. I thought that he would come out and he would try and show his coach, or, his boss, his former coach of being a coach, Coach Pop, a thing or two, because we had home court advantage. We just came off another win, so we were on a 3-game win streak at this point. But took the L again. Coach Pop has Ime's number. Coach Pop is relentless. Coach Pop will not let Ime win a fucking game. And it's pretty fucking annoying. And it's just frustrating. How do you blow out top teams in the West, but then you barely beat a 7-win team Magic, and then you lose to the 14-22 Spurs? It's like, come on, what can we do here? What can we do? And the thing that sucked the most was that Jalen missed, basically at the end of the game, right? The dude inbounded the ball, the Spurs inbounded the ball legitimately directly to Jalen. Like, that was a gift. He gift wrapped that, tied it up with a bow. It's like, here, Jalen, here's your shot to send this game into OT. And Jalen caught the interception, drove to the hoop, which they rarely do. And you can tell that they rarely do it because guess what? He didn't fucking finish at the rim. And that's the shit that irks me. Okay, yeah, was it contested? Yeah, the dude got back on defense and contested it. But you need to finish your fucking layup. Or at least make it obvious enough that he fouled you, or draw a foul. That is the point of going to the rim. You want to either get an and one, you want to get an easy bucket, or you want someone to foul the fuck out of you. And it was just really upsetting, and there was kind of some controversy there because people are trying to, put that negativity out there that, oh, Jalen missed that ridiculous layup and he was heartbroken and he sat there on the sideline and he was just like in awe. And they were like, well, Jason didn't comfort Jalen. They have no team chemistry. They don't like each other. They're not really boys. They're not really a team because Jalen was crying and Tatum didn't wipe his ass and wipe his tears. Well, you know what? Honestly, if it was me and I missed an easy fucking layup to send the game into OT, don't fucking touch me. Don't fucking talk to me. I don't want anyone comforting me because I'm fucking pissed that I didn't do my job. So there's many ways you can look at that. I honestly am not going to say, oh, Tatum and Jalen aren't cool because Jason didn't care that Brown was upset with himself at the end. Because guess what? Fast forward to tonight, they go on a back-to-back, a traveling back-to-back to the fucking Knicks, and both teams, Knicks and Celtics, were 18 and 20 team. Again, that's awful. Under 500, not looking great. And we had a 25-point lead, guys. And then by the third quarter, it went down to 10 points. As usual, they fucking fall flat in the second half. I don't know what they do at halftime, but they literally fuck themselves over every time coming out of the half and into the third quarter. They play like absolute dog shit. Somehow they magically got their heads out of their asses and got the lead from 10 back up to 20, and then they lost it again. Got down to 7. Then it tied. Then the fucking Knicks took the lead. Somehow, before I get into the negatives, I did want to say that there was this ridiculous sequence between Tatum and Brown, which I don't want it to go unnoticed. I know that we like to talk a lot about the negatives. When we lose a game, we only focus on the negatives. But there was this ridiculous sequence where Tatum nutmegged a dude, got the ball to Brown. Brown does this beautiful finish at the rim, and then boom, both of them back like this to each other. And if that's not team fucking chemistry, I don't know what is. So, you know what? I don't want to hear any more negative bullshit about the fact that Jalen and Jason can't play together, that they don't like each other, that they're not boys off the court. You don't need to be boys or like friends or best friends with people that you work with. You just need to respect them and get along and have chemistry and cohesion on a court. And I think that they do that. And I think that the reason why they don't play a lot together in the same rotation is because they both need to eat. And yes, they do great together. Obviously, in clutch situations, we want them both on the court at the same time. But if I can have one solid dude leading the first rotation and then another solid dude to come in on that second rotation, and they're both like the leading scorers of those two different rotations, units, that's what I want. Yes, do I want them to play together? Yes. But I want them to eat. I want them to both eat. And if they both want the ball in their hands, and if they both want to be leading scorers, if they both want all the opportunity to score when they're out on the court, I'd rather them have different rotations and different units. So that way Tatum's scoring as much as he can and has the ball in his hand as much as he can, and he's not sharing the time with Brown. I'm fine with that. But again, you can see that they know how to play together. And I'm also fine with that too. So that's more of a strategy. Like, Ime needs to figure out, when they should play together and when they should play apart. But fucking Taylor's oldest time, when we get rid of a player or a player leaves us, they fucking live up to their greatest potential on a different team. So fuck Evan Fournier. Dude was on fucking fire. He had 10 3-pointers. He hit 41 points and he fucking destroyed us tonight, and it was disgusting. We had no answer for Evan Fournier. It was ridiculous. We even held Julius Randle, their leading scorer, to 0 points for the whole first quarter. He woke up eventually, which we knew was inevitable, and he was going to do that. But how do you not capitalize on a 25-point lead? How do you fuck up so much that you lose the lead, get it back up to 20 again, fight that again, and then you ultimately lose the game? 108-105 with the dagger to nail the coffin by RJ Barrett. Buzzer beater, bank shot off the fucking glass. Disgusting. I thought it was going to go into OT, but again, a game that shouldn't have gone into OT. A game where the Celtics were fucking leading this game by literally almost 30. And you take your foot off the gas, you underestimate your competition, and you open the fucking door, and you let them walk right in, you let them eat your fucking cake, and you let them sleep with your wives. Sorry, that got too aggressive. But you know what I'm saying? Like, why even bother? Celtics need to play 4 fucking quarters, not 3. And I don't know when they're going to wake up and put that shit together. They have so much potential. It's just mind-boggling to me. I'm aggravated. I'm frustrated. I love them, but this is the most toxic relationship ever. They're so consistently bad that it just frustrates me because, like, they were even passing the ball well. There were a lot of assists. I was very happy. Their defense looked solid for the most part. But it's like, once you, like, collapse, it's so hard to get back from a collapse. And they just left the door wide open. And of course, you're away. You're in Madison Square Garden. So obviously, the Knicks are going to get amped up. And it's just annoying. And guess what? Guess what, guys? In 2 days, Knicks come here, and it's a rematch. So, you know, I'm sure Fournier is going to be on his bullshit again, and it's going to be the same story. I mean, it's not like the Knicks are terrible, but the Celtics played like shit at the end of that, and they really lost the game. It's not like the Knicks won. The Celtics lost. They beat themselves. And that's kind of, you know, the underlying story of this whole season so far is the Celtics are beating themselves. The stat that when they're leading by 18 or more points and they're losing all these games, it's like, what is the problem? Why can't you close out a game? I don't understand. It's just really unfortunate. And, you know, chucking up threes, okay, I get it. You live and die by 3. I understand that that's the motto. But it shows that when you're being forced to drive to the rim or you need a 2 or you need a bucket at the rim and you're not able to finish your layups, like either they're wide open or they're contested, you're not able to finish. It shows that you guys don't practice it enough, you don't do it enough, and it's frustrating because that should be a give me. That should be a guarantee. That should be an easy 2. And for some reason they're not easy. It's super hard and it's getting really frustrating to watch. Ime keeps saying that there's no effort. Ime keeps saying, you know, all these different things, but it's like Ime needs to figure out a better rotation. Ime needs to figure out when to sub people correctly. Ime needs to figure out how to motivate them to close out a game. It's just, something needs to change. Something at halftime needs to change because it all falls apart in the third quarter, and then they try, and it's too little too late by the fourth. It's getting dangerously close to the fact that we might be a play-in team or we might not even make playoffs, and that's really disgusting and a hard pill to swallow. I don't remember the last time we didn't make a playoff run, so that'll be really devastating and a huge wake-up call, and something will need to be done. Trade deadline is in a month. Obviously, we can't keep Schroeder, so we need to package him with a couple other people and a couple picks to get a big man and another scorer. That's really where we're lacking right now. Would love it if we could get a big man that could maybe average a double-double. Even if it's a low-scoring double-double, I'll take that. And I would love another scorer that can at least get double digits every night, averaging double digits. I'll even take, 15 points a game. Just something. I need something because it's not equating to wins right now. We look great on paper, but we're not looking good on the court. And, something needs to change. I get it. Like, everyone's dealing with elements. Everybody's dealing with, the struggles. Everyone's dealing with not having a full roster team. Tatum, this is his second game back after this is his second time coming off of the COVID list. Obviously, we've had a lot of players out. This is the second game that we've had a full strength team for a long time. I can't even remember the last time we had multiple games in a row where we had our entire starting 5 and our bench healthy. Again, we had 2 people listed as out tonight, but not key players. So I just, I want to stay positive. I want to keep a positive outlook, positive vibe. I really hope that they can pull it together. It's very simple. It's simple fixes. We know the adjustments. Just got to make the adjustments. Just got to play tough, have, mental toughness, have a winning mentality. Let's not do this buddy buddy. I'm friends with everybody on the other team basketball thing. Like, that's not how you win banners. That's not how you win championships. That's not how you win a ring. So, we need to have, we need to go back to the good old days where you would have a chip on your shoulder and you would hate the other team, that KG mentality. You want that. You want people to be afraid of you. You want people to know that you're tough. You don't want people to fuck with you. So we need more of that type of atmosphere. We need a leader to step up and really, put these young guys on the right path. So I will check in with you for another Boston recap for Boston Banner Bound in a few. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brianna DiNucci. I will see you guys soon.